Hey, it is 586, week number 4. We're already more than a third of the way done. That's wild. This week is about connecting, sharing, learning. And the timing of it is poignant for me, at least. I'm in the midst of the Namely Conference, my t shirt from last year. I'm co chairing this conference. Namely, is the National Association of Media Literacy Education. Um, it is a fully virtual conference, which means there's lots and lots of resources for you to find online. Namely, on social media is Media Literacy Ed, and they're sharing kind of the greatest hits. So if you're looking to connect with some people and you don't know quite where to start, that is a great place to start. The hashtag Namely24, NAMLE, is a place to go. So why am I mentioning this? Well, for what? I really don't like when people make videos like that. Why am I doing that? Let me answer for you. You know why I'm doing it. It has to do with this assignment, with the discussion board posts, with the theme of the week. The assignment is actually based around Twitter. I'm going to continue to call it Twitter despite it being officially called X. I cannot. So when you hear me say Twitter, it is now X.com. You're going to do a handful of things, and I also recognize that this is a strange moment in time to be on the Twitters, as my mom calls it. She never even got Twitter right before they changed their name officially. I might also call it the Twitters, and I say that because I love that my mom calls it that. Um, it's a strange time to be on the Twitters, just for a lot of reasons, mostly kind of politically, leadership in that company wise. It's changed a lot, and um, the big picture goals of this week will continue to be important. It's just that the platforms are changing, and kind of the culture in various platforms are changing as well. So you're going to do a handful of like really kind of simple things. If you look at the rubric, it's going to walk you through. If you're not on Twitter, X, you're going to create a Twitter handle. Make sure you're following at least 10 people, ideally education related people. You're welcome to follow me and then just follow 9 other people that I follow. I'm Bill Selleck on all the things. If you can spell my name, you can find me. Follow me, follow 9 other people. Done. Look at 5 different hashtags. So it might be CUI EdTech for our department, which isn't particularly active. Namely 24, hashtag media literacy, connecting again with the conference that I'm in the midst of. Um, lots of different ways to do it. Ed Tech, EduAwesome, Ed Chat. If there's a particular grade level you're at, like if you are a kindergarten teacher, the hashtag KinderChat is still decently active, even if people aren't really in a formal chat. You're going to be tweeting a little bit. Make sure to include the CUI Ed Chat Ed Tech CUI Ed Tech hashtag in your tweet. You're going to reply to someone else. Again, you can just reply to something I've tweeted if you don't know where to start. And the last thing, the trickiest thing, is to participate in a Twitter chat. These used to be so robust and vibrant and dependable, and that is no longer the case. So do your best on this one. Start earlier in the week. Um, if we zoom way out, um, and give you like California Ed Chat as an example, because later is going to be a non-example. So a bunch of educators I know were like, Ed Chat is the thing, but like it's so big. Let's have a California specific one. So we have the hashtag CA Ed Chat, and we'll all get together on a Sunday night. Like at, I don't know, when's everyone ready, done with dinner? Like probably 8 o'clock. So like we'll do 8 to 9 o'clock. We'll have 1 or 2 people moderate each week and kind of do some questions. And so the way a chat kind of historically has gone is, let's say my friend Jen was going to lead it. She'd have like not 1 to 5, like 4 or 5 questions typically, and would say, hey everybody, welcome. We're going to get started in a few minutes. Introduce yourself. Be sure to include the hashtag CAEdChat. Hey, I'm Bill, tech director, adjunct faculty, co-chairing the Namely Conference. Love for you to join us. Respond. And then question one, when you think about bias in AI, what do you think about? And then people would respond, answer one. So like Q1, text, hashtag CAEdChat, A1 response hashtag CA EdChat. And so you have like this massive kind of group discussion around similar topics. Um, and at some point, Twitter got weird and people just kind of stopped doing the education chats. So that's as kind of a heads up. So as you look at all the resources in the week for content, you're going to notice that some of them just aren't happening. And so, you can look through historically and see like, wow, people really were active last Tuesday at 8 p.m. And then you can maybe plan for this coming Tuesday at 8 p.m. But the idea is to actually find a 1 hour synchronous block of time where people are using that hashtag to have a meaningful discussion. That's what the chat is. However, a lot of the chats, like CA Ed Chat, are still kind of posted as active education chats, and then you like block off the time. You're like, I'll do it Sunday night right before the assignments due, and you're like, and nobody's here or using the hashtag on a Sunday night. So kind of fair warning. And if you kind of try a couple different ones and it's just not working for you, just find a hashtag that seems to fit your grade level or your content area or your passion, like media literacy ed maybe, and and just use that hashtag a couple times or find a couple people that are using it and respond to them, and then you're good to go for that requirement about participating in a Twitter chat. Depending on your life and your comfort level and your life experience, you may or may not have a public or private account. Just make sure that I can see it at some point when I'm grading it, or that you grab screenshots of all the things, save those as a PDF, and upload those to Canvas for grading. Yeah. So the idea of this, and I think the best way to actually think about kind of the big theme of this week is actually through Austin Kleon's book, one of my favorite authors, for a number of reasons, not the least of which is you can read his entire book in about an hour, is Show Your Work. So the idea of Show Your Work, and I'll put this in our weekly announcement, is that you can just kind of document your learning and your thinking. And the idea is that what you are doing will blow someone's mind and will be supportive for someone else and will make someone else feel seen and will help get someone else unstuck and will like have somebody be like, oh, I'm doing that too, like helping to kind of find your people. It will do all of those things to various degrees. Now, to be fair, when you're starting on a new platform like Twitter and you have like 2 followers, it's going to be less impactful than if you have 1 million followers and you've been on it for 15 years. And you hop on like a hashtag, like if you're watching this video a little bit early, actually on a Saturday, kind of the week right before week 4 starts, and you're actually active on the hashtag, namely 24, then those people, regardless of if they follow you or not, are going to see your tweets because you're using that conference hashtag. So even if you don't have a massive following, being able to share your thoughts on a platform like that can make an impact. I was just moderating a session with Dr. Scott Moss, amazing educator, and we've hung out in real life at conferences a few times, but most of how I've actually talked to them before has been through social media. And so like when I hop on the session, he's presenting, I was moderating as an alt host. I was like, Scott, how you been? What's going on? And we could jump into like, I already know kind of what his passions and expertise is, know what his dissertation was about, knows like kind of what he tends to share on social media. He was checking in about the school that we're opening and about just kind of life, how are things, how are you? And we could also just kind of get real quickly and be like, how's the family? How are you? We haven't hung out in a while. And so for me, opportunities like that, where I go to a conference and it's not just kind of what sessions do I want to go to, it's which people do I want to hear from and which people do I want to hear from again? Who do I want to connect with? Who do I want to reconnect with? And for me, that's really the power of developing a professional learning network, is that you have that kind of built-in support system. And at some point, if we zoom way out, the shelf life on your master's in ed tech, the expertise you're going to have is going to be about 1.5 years, and then in about 2 years, the stuff we're talking about now in some ways is going to be outdated. And that's why I always try and give you kind of the bigger picture. Last week looking at SAMR as a framework for understanding technology integration, that will be evergreen for the most part. Whereas if we dig really deeply into like how to do a Twitter chat, in a year that might be gone. Um, and so, the bigger picture, the bigger theme of the week is finding people through social media, through conferences, through, I guess LinkedIn would be part of that, but is kind of a healthier version of social media these days for educators. Um, Finding those people, making those connections, responding, having conversations, finding those podcasts and videos that are spots for you to continue to learn. And if you don't know quite where to start, like start with Namely. Start it at this conference. Be a member. It's free. I'm also on the board, so it's something I believe in for sure. And media is only going to impact our students and our teaching more and more. So just finding those people, finding those connections is a really important thing. So that's what the assignment is about. That's what the goal of this week is about. That's what the discussion board is about. Um, it's important to get connected on Twitter in particular for the assignment, and also don't get too bogged down in the minutia of like, do I need to follow all these people? Um, yes, for the assignment, and kind of what are the broader themes with that, and how can you take this week and this assignment and this discussion board as a springboard to really getting connected with other like-minded educators, with other inspiring educators. Um, it's good stuff, and that's what's going to help you for kind of the long haul of being a leader in educational technology. Is finding those people and continuing to learn from those people and continuing to share your learning with those people. So that's what I've got for you this week. The theme is really straightforward. As you're going through the assignment, just make sure to double check the rubric and that you're checking all the boxes. And you are all set. If you have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, happy week for everybody.